The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask is definitely one of my favorites in the series. However, no game is made perfectly, and today we're going to be looking at some of the technical imperfections found in this beloved game. Before we start, however, I should mention that I'm playing on the Collector's Edition version of the game on GameCube. Though I'm pretty sure all the glitches I'll be showing can be done on any version. If they can't, then maybe that's why. Lastly, I am capturing the video directly from the AV output of a Nintendo GameCube, so unfortunately the video quality will be stuck at 480p. I hope that doesn't bother you too much, but without further ado, let's get on with the video. The first glitch I'll be showing can be done right at the beginning of the game. Normally when we try to leave the clock tower, the happy mask salesman will stop us and a lengthy cutscene will commence. Fortunately for us, however, we can skip it. By using a trick called pause buffering, in which you pause the game over and over very quickly, we can play the game one frame at a time, and since the cutscene needs at least 2 animation frames in order to activate, we effectively skip it. Once you're in Clock Town, the guards won't let you leave because they think you're just a defenseless kid. But of course there's a way around this with glitches. If you go up to this guard in East Clock Town, turn around, Z target, then walk backwards like this, you should clip through him and enter Termina Field early. This isn't quite the Termina Field we're used to, however. It's totally barren with no NPCs or enemies. There's not even any music. After wandering around for a bit, I also noticed that some grotto holes and boulders are completely missing. Normally when night falls, a brief cutscene is shown showing us that it's, well, night. But in this weird version of Termina Field, the game just kinda freezes for a second. After seeing all this, I came to the conclusion that this is not just a Termina Field with some minor alterations, but a completely different map, although I may be wrong about that. Also, side note here, you can actually see this version of Termina Field like this without glitches. When you go outside the Astral Observatory for the first time to collect the Moon's Tear, you're actually looking into this version of Termina Field, hence why there's no music or anything going on. Just out of curiosity, I tried seeing how far you can go with this glitch story-wise, but unfortunately you can't get very far because you need to be human-linked to activate certain events or speak to certain characters, making this glitch pretty useless. There are probably some things I missed about this glitch, but I've rambled on about it for long enough. I recommend exploring around with this glitch. It's pretty easy to do and it's very fun to mess around with. Anyway, enough about this glitch, let's move on to the next one. This next glitch is a cool exploit you can do when buying items. When you buy an item, the rupee count goes down one by one, and we can use this to our advantage. As you see here, I have 108 rupees and I want to buy 3 bunches of 10 Bombchu, which should cost 120 rupees, meaning that I should not be able to afford the last bunch. However, if I mash A fast enough so that I confirm the last purchase before the rupee count goes below 40, the game will be tricked into thinking I have enough rupees and let me buy the Bombchu anyway. This next trick is fairly well known. The Infinite Sword Glitch, or ISG for short. What you have to do is go up to an NPC or object that opens up a text box. Do a crouch stab, then in the middle of it, quickly interrupt the stab by opening up the text box. You can also do the same thing with something you can carry, like a bomb. This will lock Link's sword in an attacking state. In this state, Link can damage things by just touching them with his sword, like this. Or you can use them to make annoying sounds like this. To get out of the state, swing your sword, enter a loading zone, or do pretty much anything that's not just running around. The side effects are that the camera will be glitched, and most notably, with the exception of backflipping or side hopping, you can't fall while this glitch is active, and this is where ISG starts to get interesting. With ISG active, go to a ledge and face away from it. Next, pull out a bomb and wait for around the 3rd bright flash, then shield drop it and backflip while still shielding. The bomb should explode, but your shield will block all the damage. If you're high enough above the ground, you should be floating. This trick is called a bomb hover. If you repeat these steps, then you can keep gaining height and enter areas you're not supposed to get to yet, or at all. This trick is also possible to do with the Bombchu, but the timing is a bit different because they will explode immediately after dropping them. Just keep in mind that you can't Bombchu hover near a wall because the Bombchu will stick to the wall and crawl away, leaving you to fall all the way back down to the ground. So in this case, just use normal bombs. This is just a quick side note again. I mentioned earlier that you had to be near a ledge, and that's because if you're too close to the ground while hovering, Link's position will snap back to the ground. However, if you're quick enough and use 2 bombs, or 2 bomb chew, with good timing, it is possible to hover without being near a ledge. So it means you can basically hover just about anywhere. But anyway, that's a long explanation for a pretty simple trick, so let's see some of the things you can do with this. At the beginning of the game, once you enter the clock tower, 2 great doors will close behind you, preventing you from returning to the previous area. However, using bomb hovering, it is possible to get back there. Just get ISG on the Happy Mask Salesman, then bomb hover off of this rail over and over. This does take a very long time to do, but once you're on the other side of the great doors, you'll find that you can actually walk around in this weird twisted hallway. The weird thing about it is that this area was designed specifically for a cutscene. You were never really able to walk around here before, so I thought that was pretty interesting. Unfortunately, there isn't much you can do on this side because the door that would take you further back is barred off. But if you come back through the same tunnel, you can see this little cutscene again, but this time as Human Link. You can also use bomb hovering to easily get over this wall blocking off Great Bay before you get Epona. Just get ISG on this wall here and then backflip to your heart's content until you're over. You can also use a little trick in which you place a bomb down as Human Link, then transform into Goron Link and do a ground pound as the bomb explodes. This should knock you back just far enough to get over the wall. However, you need to get the Goron's mask first, and because you can get bombs before you get the Goron mask, if you want to speedrun the game, it would be better to use the bomb hovering technique since that can be done earlier on. Anyway, as you can see, there's a lot you can do with bomb hovering. It's definitely one of the most useful glitches in this game, so I highly recommend messing around with it and seeing where you can go. Alright, that's enough about bomb hovering for now. Let's go from talking about something useful to looking at something completely useless. There's a glitch that makes a dog swim in your hands. Yeah. To do this glitch, get this dog next to this pool of water here, and as soon as it plops into the water, pick it up. If you time it right, the dog should be swimming in your hands. Very weird. If you stand still while holding the dog, you'll very slowly slide around. Oh, and to top off the weirdness, if you hang off a ledge to drop the dog, it will just kinda slowly glide back into the water. The weird glitches with dogs in this game don't stop there. If you try to pick up a dog while shielding, targeting, and having your sword in hand, Link will put his sword away but then just kinda stand there. As long as you're still targeting, you won't be able to move, but as soon as you let go of target, Link will pick up the dog regardless of distance. And if you want, you can actually use this glitch as an easier method for doing the last glitch. You know, if you want to. Alright, here's one last glitch you can do with dogs. In Romani Ranch, pick up the dog and throw it up on a crate. Then get up on the crate yourself. Try to pick up the dog as soon as the balloon comes down and pushes you off. If your timing is right, then it will look like the dog is merged with Link's face. As far as I know, this is just a visual glitch and has no real purpose. Also, it can technically be done with anything that can be picked up, but I just thought it looked funniest with the dog. I don't know what's up with the dogs in this game, but it's really weird. Anyway, let's move on to something useful this time. Alright, so normally to get into Snowhead Mountain, you need to use the bow and arrow to knock this icicle down to shatter the ice. However, you can get into Snowhead Mountain early by getting ISG and doing multiple backflips while shielding into the ice. As long as your shield is out, you won't take any damage and you'll just pass right on through. Normally, to get into the Astral Observatory, you have to play hide and seek with Jim and his friends and have them teach you a secret code so you can tell it to their little security yard here. However, you can literally just backflip over the guard and get over that way. It's so easy to do that I honestly have no idea how the devs did not notice it. This next glitch is very useful for this game. You see, there's a glitch in the game that allows you to stop time entirely. All you need is a fish or a bug in a bottle and a shield. Empty the contents of your bottle, then pick them up again so that the bottle is in your hand. Then you want to Z-target, shield, and empty the contents of your bottle again at around the same time. Not exactly at the same time, there's definitely a timing to this. However, once you get the timing down once, you should be able to get it pretty consistently. You will notice that the clock is missing and that time no longer flows. This is because the game thinks you're in a cutscene where Link is emptying a bottle. However, due to RAM manipulation, the game allows for you to move. There is a very useful application for this glitch in Stone Tower. Normally, when you stand on this switch, the block on the other side will come all the way to you. However, as soon as you step off of the switch, the block will return to its original position, leaving you behind. What you're normally supposed to do is use the Elegy of Emptiness to summon a statue on each of the 3 switches so that you can build a bridge across. However, if we stand on just this particular switch, then do the stop time glitch, the block will remain in place, thus we can just jump on it. Once we're on the block, we can press C up to cancel the glitch, and it will carry us all the way to the other side, thus negating any reason to use the Elegy of Emptiness. Another very useful effect of the stop time glitch is the ability to open certain treasure chests infinitely. For instance, this one in the grotto near Snowhead. When you go to open the chest when time is stopped, for some reason the game won't register the chest as having been opened, but for some reason it will still let you get the item inside. Doing this over and over again will allow you to get infinite heart pieces or rupees or whatever is in there. If you use this glitch to get over 20 hearts, it will cause some weird visual issues on the title screen and on the HUD, but that's about it. And even though the hearts after the 20th heart look like they don't have the damage reduction effect, they actually do, so don't worry. So yeah, I'm pretty sure nothing bad happens, so I guess you can use this to get as many hearts as you want, but I'm pretty sure if you do this for long enough you might get some weird overflow issue, but I'm not patient enough to try that. If you want to try that, you can go ahead and do that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just get as many hearts as you want. I mean, you're never going to really need more than the 20 anyway. Now, I don't know why, but this doesn't seem to work on every chest. You see, this glitch is somewhat inconsistent at times. Sometimes certain things work, and other times they just don't. For instance, I mentioned earlier that if you press C up, you can cancel the glitch and resume time, but this seems to only work in some areas. In other areas, Link will just kind of freeze and act like he's looking through first person, but the camera will be stuck, and time will still be stopped. And to make things even worse, you can't use any items, so you can't warp out. The only way I know for sure how to cancel this glitch is to enter a loading zone. However, some loading zones are behind doors, and you can't open doors in this state, so if that's the case, you're out of luck and you'll just have to reset the game. So originally I was going to have a lot more glitches in this video, but unfortunately it ended up being a lot longer than I thought it would, so in the interest of time I'm going to split this video into 2 parts, maybe 3 if it ends up taking a really long time, but yeah, I managed to finish editing this, so you be sure to check out part 2 whenever that comes out. Who knows, knowing me, it might not come out for another month or so, but yeah, be sure to check that out when it comes out. I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys liked this video, I would appreciate if you left a like. And if you really liked it, then a subscribe would be really nice. If you didn't like it, then that's okay too. You can leave a dislike or whatever. Leave a comment. I appreciate it either way. I just kind of want people to watch these videos. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. And until next time, I will see you later.